You know what's the problem of trying to do everything yourself? That you don't have any other time to do anything else. What would you expect it, right? I know that you were probably expecting an acute comment or something like that, or something funny, but there's nothing funny about not having time to do your stuff. So on this video, let's find out how you can hire amazing talent and how you can outsource 98% of your tasks just like that. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to another video. This is Hernan and I'm really excited that you guys are here because if you're watching this video, if you click on the link to actually watch this video, if you're past the intro, that means that you guys are interested into growing your business, which is a great sign. And I really appreciate that you guys are showing their interest because not a lot of people want to outsource, and there's a reason why. And we're gonna discuss how to get that going in this specific video. Now with that said, if you really want a lot more business tutorials, value, and a lot of other videos talking about how to get more leads, how to get more clients, how to get more money in your pocket, you should really consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. So you can click on the subscribe button somewhere around here. And if you're watching this someplace else, just click on the like button somewhere around here as well. And also, if you want to get more information about how to grow your ads, how to grow your company, how to get better results with whatever you're doing, I would strongly suggest that you join the free Facebook group. It's 100% free and there's a lot of value being shared over there. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. So the main point of why a lot of entrepreneurs do not outsource, I think it has to do with two main points. And don't worry, because I've been there and I know how it feels. If you're trying to grow your team, if you're trying to grow your company and you're feeling that you have reached the ceiling, it's completely normal. I've been there too. In fact, over the past 2 weeks, I've been kind of forced to grow my team. My team has been steadily growing for the past 6 or 7 months, but I've been really forced due to lack of personal time and due to some projects that are coming up. I've been literally forced to go ahead and grow your team and grow my team on this specific case. And I totally understand if you don't want to outsource, and there are some reasons why people or entrepreneurs or business owners might not want to outsource. Reason number one is that, if you could do something better and faster yourself, you should be doing it. And that's actually a lie. That's a myth, because if you think about it, it might take you a little bit longer to get a logo designed by a graphics designer. It may take you a little bit longer to get that phone call scheduled by your PA, or it may take you a little bit longer to get that Facebook ad up and running if an outsourcer is doing it. But the time and the mental bandwidth that you're saving is exponentially higher than if you wanted to do it everything yourself. So putting together a team, whether you like it or not, I'm afraid to tell you that it's something that you would need to do eventually. Number two is that people think that outsourcing is really, really hard and it's really expensive. And the reality is that when you do not know what kind of tasks you're gonna outsource, and if you do not know the difference between whatever you're doing, what you want to be doing, the problem with outsourcing just like that is that a lot of people do not have a process, and they cannot sit down and write down the tasks that they're doing in order for somebody else to grab them and to do them the way the owners like them. So they would rather just keep on grinding than sit down and do that high level, super high level task, which is sitting down and writing down step by step the entire task so that everyone else can take it. And number three, they think that they will save money just by not outsourcing and doing everything themselves. But let me ask you something. If you're being paid, let's say that you're being paid $100 an hour to do whatever you're doing, right? And if you catch yourself doing any kind of task that is, that you can outsource it for, let's say $20 an hour, then you're not actually saving $20 an hour. You're actually losing $80 per hour because you should be paying a lot more, and you're doing these tasks that are, you could be outsourcing them for $20 an hour. So if you think about it, there's this opportunity cost that it's strongly hindering your progress because A, you're busy, not productive, you're making win, as Franker would say, or you're staying busy, but you're not being productive, number one. And number two, you're actually losing money just because of the fact that you don't want to outsource or hire outsourcers, etc., etc. So in this video, I wanted to solve that completely for you, and I want to show you 3 quick ways that you can start outsourcing today and you can start building your team. Number one, as I told you before, is to have a process. And I mean it, like the minute you sit down and start brain dumping, you do a brain dump of all of the activity that's going on in your head and the activity that you want to outsource. So let's say that you want to outsource, I don't know, the web design, right? If you're offering web design, you're doing everything yourself and you want to hire somebody to do part of that web design. Well, on the web design side of things, there might be things like A, picking a template, or B, installing WordPress on a website, or even earlier it would be A, picking a domain, B, getting a hosting, C, installing WordPress, D, picking a theme or template, E, installing the template. So those are all steps that you are taking, and maybe they're come naturally to you because you've been doing this for so long, but you need to actually sit down and kind of break down the entire process from start to finish, so that then you can create a process. Then you can create kind of a timeline and a checklist that somebody else can go through, so that they can go ahead and create that output that you want to create, right? So that takes me to step number 2. Step number 2 is that I usually could hire somebody with a little bit of experience on the task that I'm trying to outsource, but 95% of the time I would rather hire somebody that is good following instructions and is willing to learn, is willing to go ahead and figure it out, than to hire somebody with a lot of experience on the subjects. For example, I just recently hired a Facebook ads expert, right? A guy that has come, I hired him full-time to do all of my Facebook ads. And the reality is that the person that I hired was not an expert when I hired him, but I made him went through 3 or 4 courses, and then the minute he got in, he already had the entire process of how to launch, how to set up, and how to scale a Facebook campaign based on my previous results. So instead of taking me 4 weeks or maybe 2 months to train a person in actually doing the full Facebook ads, I could have somebody up and running in as little as 2 weeks, because A, I know how to train them, and B, I have the process and the step-by-step laid out. So I use Trello a lot with my team, with one of my team members. We use Trello to set up together, we put together these processes, and it's so much easier because then it also makes the job easier for the person that you're hiring, because they have a guide that they can follow 15, 20, 50 times if they wanted to, until they have incorporated that process that you want to go after. And also, if you're hiring not expert people, like not people with, 10 years of experience on Facebook ads. I don't know, Facebook ads have 10 years, but Facebook does. So maybe 5 years of experience on Facebook ads. If you want to go that route, that's fine, but that's going to be much more expensive. So again, I would rather hire somebody that will be, not as experienced, but will be willing to learn, so I can kind of train them and craft them to the position that they're out there getting results for me. So that will actually save you a lot of money. Now, granted, there are some positions that require experience, like for example, if you're hiring, a CEO or a CMO, right? Or if you're hiring a CTO or a coder, they need to have some experience when it comes to whatever you're trying to achieve. But 90% of the tasks that I have people working for me with, they don't have any experience whatsoever, but the process plays a vital role because they go through that, and at the other end of the output, you have an expert person that you can use pretty much forever. So there you have it, guys. 3 main points that you can use today in order to get your outsourcers going. There's going to be a couple of images on screen, and there's going to be a couple of links in the description on the text included with this video, so that you can actually see how to find the best outsourcers, how to pay pennies on the dollar for your outsourcers, and to actually train them and filter them out, so you're only working with the top of the line best outsourcers. And it's better right now, if you don't have anything to outsource, just try it. Just go to Fiverr, go to Upwork, or go to these companies that will put a VA to you to work for you, and that way you will start putting yourself into that position to think about processes, like what kind of person I need to hire in order for them to fulfill this task. And that will start making you think as a business owner, not as a solopreneur, not as someone that is self-employed or someone that is doing everything on their own, all right? And this will I promise this will accelerate your business in ways you didn't thought they were possible. All right, guys. So thank you once again for watching. If you have any questions, just drop me a comment or join the free Facebook group. I will be delighted to have you guys in there, and I'll see you really, really soon. Bye-bye.